Okay, we're going to discuss the CMMT-AS multi-protocol controller. EtherIP controller that exists also applies to this, along with the latest and greatest firmware. And what we're going to discuss is the Rockwell library real quick. So when you navigate to the CMMT and you go to support downloads under software, you'll find the Rockwell library, this function blocks Rockwell. And 251 at this time, today's date is January 22nd, 2024, is the latest and greatest add-on library. When you unzip the library, you'll find this directory information right here. We're going to discuss timing today. So within this library here, you will find a variety of user manuals. These ones right here are the most important. This one right here is direct mode, then there's record, but today we're going to be talking about direct mode. And I'm just going to open this real quick. Right, this over here. So it's considering this add-on instruction right here. And within the sample code provided in the library, you have this generic ladder logic. These are configuration bits. And then we have highlighted some bits here in the ladder logic as well that are common to any typical move, such as start move, acknowledge the start move, motion complete, things like that. This right here is a blow up of the Profi drive over EthIP Telegram 11 or 111, I mean, and the bits that are typically used during programming. And we're going to be talking about this one right here, this pause. Let me just zoom in here. We're going to be talking about this one right here, this continuous position setpoint transfer enable, and we'll get to that in a minute. So there's quite a few things in here that show you how to start and stop a move for absolute move, and then there's a nice little timing chart. So basically, to do any sort of move, you first have to set up your movement parameters such as accel, decel, your override, your velocity, and of course your position target. Once your target has been set, you execute your mode, which is the standard bit, which is start task. Then you're going to get a start task acknowledge. And at that point, you would turn off your start task move. And then at that point, your movements, your motions in process. And then you wait for the traverse task motion completed bit. Once that's on, then you know you're finished. So if we go to the code, the sample code that's included, I'm just going to close a few things here or move them out of the way. So I'm using Festo Automation Suite here. I'm online. I've already homed the axis. And the configuration bits are right here. And in general, you need the co-stop, quick stop. I have the software limits and hardware limits enabled. And at this time, Control T, I'm just turning this bit off. I'm going to show you a regular move. So this is the add-on instruction here. This little information right above it here shows you the mode of operation, which is this mode right here. So it means that when we're in mode 2, we're in absolute position control. So this right here is our position target. It has a exponent. So if I put in 10,000 and execute the mode, we're moving to 10 millimeters. So the set point and the actual are the same, okay? And to execute any movement, on the right hand side you have the axis pause OK. That is the in position bit. So if I'm moving very, very slow with this velocity right here, which is what I'm doing, I'll tell it to move to position 100. So rising edge, turn this on, the axis pause goes off, axis set point turns on, turn that off, it's still moving. When it gets into position, then the axis pause comes on. Okay? So again, rising edge and the new movement starts. Okay? If you're in the middle of a move, so I'm just going to make a long move here, make it to go to 4, and I'm going to start the movement. You'll see that it's on its way, and I'm going to change it back to 20, and as soon as I give it a rising edge, the existing move will cancel and the new target is now in play. Okay? The alternative to this is to use this configuration bit. So it's still moving here, it's going to finish, and it will continue until it gets to 20. So you can continuously change the position while it's moving. All you have to do is give it a rising edge. The alternative is to use what's called continuous position set point transfer. So you enable this bit. Okay? So you can turn this rising edge off because we're not going to need this anymore. As soon as we enable this, the mode becomes active, and any change in this position target right here, if you look over here, enter, it's immediately got a new set point and it's moving to that based upon these parameters right here. Okay, so that is what the concept is for position transfer continuous. Again, if you put in a high move here and it's in the middle of the process here, and then you change it, it's immediately going to stop and go against, or it's going to immediately stop and start to execute the movement that you've requested. And that is the concept of continuous set point transfer.